a new solution for consumer privacy and security. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from RealDefense is VP of Product Mark Lederman. Hi, Mark.
Hey Fred, nice to meet you. How are you?
Terrific. Nice to meet you as well. And RealDefense has a portfolio that includes IOLO system, mechanic, and super anti-spyware, and now something called Remove Me. Give us an overview of what the problems are and how you're tackling them.
That's right, Fred. So we've recently launched this service. Basically, 98% of consumers today have their data exposed somewhere out in the public, and it's being basically trafficked, resold by different data broker sites and people finder sites. So this service is a really easy way for consumers to take control of their own information. We provide a way for them to find out where their information is exposed and automatically remove it. It's called Remove Me. Very simple.
And most of us, I think, are pretty much unaware or oblivious to these data brokers that are out there. Tell us more about that. And
So
I guess it's big business.
it's a big business and it's a perfectly legal business. Anytime you make a transaction, um, a mortgage, purchase, any significant thing that would be part on a public ledger or a town ledger, all of those things, even your like LinkedIn profiles and public sites that you post things on, can be scraped and collected and used to gather information about you. Anything, first name, last name, your where you live, where you work, who your family members are, all of that can be compiled. And there are many sites out there that collect this information and make a business model out of it. So it's all publicly gathered. It is not, dark web. We're not talking about the dark stuff. We're talking about out in the open that you may not realize is out there. And most consumers, the vast majority, have at least two or three pieces of important information that's out there.
And tell us what some of the issues are with that. What's the problem?
So I don't know if you all have been noticing this, but I have, Fred. It's the amount of robocalls that we're getting, the amount of spam emails that we're getting, those text messages that come in that look like either an easy pass or like some sort of voting or UPS violations, those sorts of fees. People are reaching out to you because they've been able to find your information and buy it, and put you on a list for those kinds of targeting. And with our service, with Remove Me, you can actually help limit the amount of that type of contact by just protecting your information from the public.
So step us through how this works. Maybe you can even show us.
So I am now logging into my account. And what you'll see is a dashboard that a user can track the status of all the different sites that their information's exposed on. And this is actually my account. So we have a set of automated removal processes that are in progress. So I'm on the in progress tab right now, and it shows me different information about me that's exposed on each of these particular data brokers. So what you're finding is, frankly, a lot of data that's out there that I didn't know was out there. The good news is we do it at a very detailed level, so you can see it by data broker, and then you can even see which ones we've completed the removals of, right? So I started this process in a couple weeks ago. And so you've got the status of which data brokers I've already removed from. And what I should see over time is fewer of those robocalls, text messages, and emails that I was talking about. And the nice thing is the Remove Me service will continue to scan and continue to stay on top of it so that a user doesn't have to do it themselves and doesn't have to keep monitoring it, right? They don't have to go because what happens inevitably with the data broker space is data can be removed, but it can be re-scraped and reacquired. So you need to stay on top of it. And that's what our service does on behalf of our subscribers automatically.
Are there any unintentional problems that can arise if you do start removing your stuff out there?
No, I mean,
This isn't like removing your password, things like that for
no, this
will
would be
hamper you
just
from getting on a
off
site.
of these data broker sites. So there's no harm in having less of it out there, that's for sure.
Very interesting. So tell us how it works in terms of pricing and how one goes about signing
Oh,
up.
sure. So we charge $120 per year. So it's an annual subscription, and that includes ongoing searches and ongoing scans and monitoring throughout the year, as well as automated removals across 115 data broker sites. And you'll be able to keep track of it too to see the status of the progress that we're making.
So tell us what you anticipate the results are going to be. How much less nuisance email or calls will people be getting?
Yeah, it's hard to quantify that exactly, but the consumers we've talked to, those of us that have been testing the service have all noticed improvements. And I can't promise that we'll get them all, but less of that will be noticeable. The feedback is that it's actually noticeable. And I feel like lately the volume of those types of behaviors are going up in recent months and quarters. So it's almost like you might get back to a world, if you remember like 3, 4 years ago, you'd get like one robocall every, I remember once every 2, 3 months. Now I feel like I was getting like 7 or 8 a day, right? Depending on where your information's out there. So hopefully this gets you back to a realm of managing, making the life more manageable.
Terrific. And can people try this out in some way for free just to see what's
Yes.
out there?
So removemenow.com is our main page, and this provides information. Can you see this?
Yes. Go ahead.
This is
Scroll
our
down. Yeah.
main page. It provides information about the service. It has how it works, how we protect you online. So it gives a little bit more. There's a bunch of FAQs at the bottom. But the real part that I wanted to emphasize is the free scan. This is no credit card required, 30 seconds. Literally, user plugs in first name, last name, age, city, state. You click the scan free, and it will show you where your data is exposed so you can see if you have a problem or not. And if you want, then you can decide to buy. So it's not going to remove for you, right? You have to make the purchase to remove it, but at least you can detect and scan where your exposures lie.
Very interesting. Again, the site is removemenow.com. Mark
Correct.
Lederman, thank you for spending time with us.
Thanks, Fred. Great talking with you.